addiction is a devastating disease. If you have someone that you love or someone that you work with that is exhibiting behavior that appears to be self-destructive, it's because that person is stuck in the grips of a disease. When an individual becomes addicted to alcohol or drugs, they lose the ability to make a healthy decision for themselves. And that's the essence of what an intervention is for. It's making a healthy decision for someone when they are incapable of making that decision for themselves. It's often said that alcoholism kills the alcoholic long before they die.
One of the funnest things about the day we do the TV show is that Clarissa comes over and we start the day with a workout. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. You ready to work out?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
All right.
Grab that paper.
Yeah, there
Thank
you go.
you. Review that later.
Yeah, I'm ready for a good workout.
Well, I'm as ready as I'm going to be. Exercise with my co-host, a great way to start the day. Let's go, come on. Pick it up. Clarissa likes to work out early. I like to run hills. Get that heart going, get that oxygen going.
Yeah.
And then
That is a good workout.
the studio is about a half hour away from my house in Los Angeles. I'm really excited to see Lynn. I can't wait to get to the studio. Lynn came all the way from Florida to join us for the TV show here in Los Angeles. Well, when I first saw Lynn today, when I walked in, it was just like seeing an old friend, like a brother that I hadn't seen for a while. And so it really is a special thing. It's a lot of emotion. You know, Lynn and I have a long history, and it's a meaningful one.
Krista? You guys nervous? I am.
Lynn is living with a terminal illness. Doctors accidentally gave him the HIV virus 28 years ago through a blood transfusion, and they said he only had a few years to live. I love doing the web TV show because we can bring people more emotion, the before and after pictures, the videos, and I think it gets a lot more of the message across.
Lynn, can I get a picture with you?
Sure can.
Okay, cool.
You're taller with these on, huh?
I know.
It's not fair.
Instant height.
1, 2, 3. Different. So you'll be here. I'll be right here. Chris will be right there. And then we'll come out, and then we'll come out here with you, and I'll say, folks, there's our inspirational friend, Lynn Langenfelter, right here in the studio in Los Angeles.
I think my favorite part is just being able to just show people the pictures and the stories and just, see us, because, when we would do the radio show, we were limited. And this one we could do a lot more, and I think you connect better, too.
On you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This week in Transformation, the story of how this man transforms tragedy. It was an emotional show, and it was really inspiring. And I know it was really important for Lynn to have an opportunity to share his message.
So how was it doing the show today?
Wow, lots of fun. Unbelievable. Thank you.
You seem like a real natural at this, but I know it's your first time.
Very first time. And but honestly, Bill made it feel so normal, and it felt very fun for me. And my speech hung in there pretty good today. I was surprised. My speech is usually full within 20 minutes or so, so I was lucky to speak this long. I'd say get started. It's a journey for all of us. You should choose to make sense of your life, otherwise live in misery. For me, choose life.
This was a great show. This one was probably one of the most emotional shows for me. I just, because I've watched Lynn's story since Bill shared it back in '97, and to watch this continual transformation. It's so hard not to be moved by his story. You can't help but just be like, I want to live a better life or make better choices from his story. It's very powerful. It's very eye-opening.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Who's hungry?
Yeah. I am starving. Yeah, we're all set.
Oh man, I'm starving.
We're going to lobster.
Is your bed well dressed? Get your well-dressed bed today and immerse yourself into luxury. Our collection of unique designs and fabrics can transform any bed into a well-dressed bed.
Hi, I'm Jody Bergstresser, and welcome to my studio. Basically, I am a colorist. I don't use colors that are natural to what you would think it would be in the painting. It gets to the point where I think more of design than what the image is. I think Washington's a great city. And I really love the architecture. I love the old and the new and how they incorporate both the old and the new together. As I paint on this desk over here, where I can look out into the alley area and the backyard, I see the top of the tree. But it's my little escape. So it's also a design process. Just incorporating nature with man's design.
The U.S. unemployment rate has now broken
officially
double
ended
digits.
way back in June of 2009.
Government says
So why
that
are so many
more than
still out of work?
$100 billion of the stimulus has gone to trying to save or create jobs.
I have a master's degree and I work at a coffee shop.
I have a master's degree in education administration and I am unemployed.
I finished my training back in 2008 and ever since then there's just been blockades in my way and from doing what I wanted to do most. And the ratio is a 10 to 1. I mean, it's a ghost town out here.
Where I work, they're cutting hours, and there's times where I can't pay the rent, I can't pay my bills.
It's been about 2 months now that I've been unemployed, although I do try to leverage the different organizations that are out there to help people who are unemployed find work. It has been quite challenging.
I am philosophy, and we are Americans. Living in the life and times of Long Beach, resisting the arrest of the recession with fisticuffs, handcuffed by community as grieving mothers mourn for sickly sons with no benefits. 4 months behind on mortgage payments, passionately weathering tears, rain, weather, forecast reads foreclosure. And tax levies lead to heavy casualties, calling citizens with BAs and master's degrees to go hungry as refugees. Savior, save me. We are unemployed. Plumbers, teachers, and parents living the life and times of Long Beach as poverty kills countless people floating unconscious, lost at sea in search for Social Security numbers forged on applications for identity, and Social Security's barely afloat. I'm drowning in hypocrisy, reaching for Lady Liberty's torch-scorching jobs on the way in, then statutes her limitations.
There's been like more doors closed on me than any kind of doors being opened.
I really don't know what to say. I'm so frustrated right now in my time in life, and I mean, it's hard.
Companies exploit the working man, and that they can pay more is just that they're using the economy as an excuse not to pay better wages. One of the things that they'll say is that if you don't like it here, then the door's open.
The most difficult part in seeking employment is there are no jobs in education.
Being unemployed, it brings a myriad of challenges. Health insurance, you gotta pay your rent, you got a whole bunch of bills.
Getting education, training, and coming out of college, I expected that there would be jobs available for me, and there isn't.
I have a 7-year-old son that has asthma and food allergies, and he had a reaction, and I couldn't take him to the doctor because I had no benefits.
And in Long Beach, the financial crisis crucifies the middle class, nailing them to the cross of poverty. Economically, the Dow spiraling down in search for running bulls in a bearskin market. Profit margins minimize bank capital. No collateral. Families damaged. Daddies incarcerated by unemployment. No work release programs. Wolves in sheep clothing leading lambs to the slaughter. Butchers bludgeon mothers, daughters, and fathers' sons cry sadly, compelled in need, confused in corporate. This is America.
I've seen cities across the country where unemployment has really devastated the communities, where all the social ills that you can possibly imagine are very prevalent. Long Beach is really not that far from being there, but we have a lot of great natural resources that prevent us from doing that.
I like to find employment in Long Beach because, you know, my family just has so much heritage here. I mean, a lot of my family traditions are within Long Beach.
This is the city where I dwell. This is where I want to make my permanent home, and I want my money to go back into this community.
I want to continue the work I've been doing, particularly with the students in this community.
If we have new businesses coming into our city and gaining revenues from that, they in turn should have to be hiring a percentage, if not all, of their people from this great city we call Long Beach.
This is America, living in the life and times of Long Beach, resisting the arrest of the recession with fisticuffs, uncuffed by any means necessary. It is necessary to declare your declaration of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all who choose to dream.
I think at Long Beach we need to embrace new opportunities, putting this very diverse city back to work.